I got out of the military in November 2015. I retired. Hadn't started social media at all. I think I've been on social media for 2.5 years. 2.5 years I've been on social media, 1.8, almost 1.9 million followers. It didn't happen overnight, but what really grew my business was the fact that I'm not trying, this is gonna sound really fucked up to all you business people out there. I'm not trying to make money. I'm trying to help people. When I retired from the military with about $50,000 a year is what I'll probably make. For me, for a guy that grew up with nothing, I lived in a $7 a month place growing up for a long period of time. And then we moved to a $236 a month place. So basically, you give me $50,000, I'm rich. My mindset was about helping people. And when people truly believe in your message and believe in who you are, and they see that you're being honest and truly honest for the fact that, hey, I just want to see you fucking be better. I don't want nothing. Maybe a thank you when you're older and you're walking around with your fucking kids and your family. If you have a real, authentic, true message about people, and people see that you're not trying to sell out and not trying to sell them things, because I knew how I felt growing up, and I don't want anybody to feel that way. So when I give back, it's not about giving back to like say, oh, well, hopefully down the line, I can sell them something. My message is truly authentic to how I came up, and people feel that. Therefore, the business is about them. And I have all these lessons learned through a life that God blessed me with, as far as like, look, I didn't survive this life. I thrived in hell. And through that, I was like a guy sitting back. I was like just writing all this shit down. I became a poet in hell, just sitting there as hell was all around me. I was all calm, just taking it all in. Oh, I gotta tell people this. I gotta tell people that. Oh, I learned this. I learned that. While most people run from it, I was learning from it. And now I'm just giving all this knowledge to people for free. So in return, people are growing, people like the message. And when you have a good message, you grow a business. I've never spent money on anything. No advertising, no, we've sold 1.2 or 3 million copies of my book in 7-8 months. Didn't advertise, didn't spend any money for that. As far as like, hey, buy my book, none of that. It's all been word of mouth. It's all been about just an honest, pure message. And people are advertising for me. So this book and what I've done is changing people's lives. So people are excited about that. My God, this book, Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, has changed my fucking life. So guess what they do? They share it with their friends. You have a good, honest product, people can see through bullshit. You have a good, honest product where you have come out in the world and said, look, I'm known as the world's toughest man, but this is the fucking truth about me. People can relate to that. I'm not putting myself on a pedestal. I'm not better than you. Matter of fact, I was way below you. People relate to that. People love that. And then people say, hey man, I can also do it. So the whole business is about changing lives. That's all it's about. It's about bettering people, whether you're top person in NFL, NBA, all the way to the person who is high school dropout. So there is no like specific person I'm trying to target. I'm targeting everybody. So my business is basically the best business in the world. It's a business of improving people.
Yeah.
So once you improve people, those people then go on to be doctors, lawyers, dentists, basketball, football, baseball, millionaires, billionaires. Those people now change the world. So I'm trying to get you at a young age. So if I had a special time to get you, I want to get you when you're in junior high, high school, because in high school, people think that, my God, this is my whole life. High school is everything. These kids are going to be with me for the rest of my life. These are, little do you fucking know, it's nothing. So basically, I'm trying to get people, so then when our world needs more leaders, I'm kind of helping those people out. So I'm trying to inspire people to become the next best leaders, because this world needs that right now. A lot of my followers are millennials, but I connect more with people who are our age, between 30s to 50s, because the millennials, even though that's my big audience, their mindsets are very different than ours. A lot of people our age can relate to this tough, old school mindset. So when I tell people, hey, stop listening to music for a little bit, put your fucking phone down, put the computer down, really focus, the most powerful weapon is your brain. It relates to them. They're like, oh man, yeah. We weren't raised on this shit. They can kind of go back in the dungeon, but these millennials grew up with all this technology and all this noise. It's so fucking noisy out here that they can't hear themselves think. So the people who really get the most bang out of my message, even though millennials follow me the most, are people who are from 30s to 50s, because they're like, you know what, man? Yeah, I fucking get that. I remember back when I was a better human being before I started being dependent on my phone and dependent on this and dependent on that. And literally, you can't even have a conversation with somebody nowadays because their minds are so out of it. I mean, like, hey, yeah, They're like looking at you and their phone and they're here. And then as you're having a serious conversation, an enlightening conversation, they then come out of nowhere and say, hey, did you hear about Trump? You're like, what the fuck is your problem, man? You can't hold a fucking attention span for longer than 15 seconds. That's why you're not successful. It takes a lot longer than 15 seconds to be focused on becoming rich, fucking becoming a better person, becoming smarter, becoming more athletic, losing weight. It takes time. Your mind needs to be focused on that fucking task. It's technology. Because you know what? Basically, I don't really blame them. That's the world that they grew up in. So that's what they're seeing. They're seeing a lot of kids who are like 25, 26, 27, 28, who are making these big dollar numbers, man, from like inventing something or coming up with some new fucking app or whatever, man, making a lot of money. So they want to have the opportunity. Yeah. But they don't realize only 1%, less than 1% are gonna have the opportunity. Gotta go back to old school, which is there's no fucking secret. It's just hard fucking work. Yeah. And I hate to say it, man. Everybody goes, what is your secret, man? What's your secret about business? What's your secret about this? What's your secret about that? You don't want the fucking answer. The answer is, you see these fucking hands? Hard fucking work, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna voodoo some shit. I'm not a magician. It's not magic. It's literally, you're gonna have to wake up and you're gonna have to sit there and say, fuck, today's gonna suck. And then when that day is over, you're gonna wake up again and say, fuck. And that's gonna be your life. Unless you're this guy who sits back and says, oh, I have this great idea. And it happens to work. And you could be some lazy fat ass that sits back and makes millions of dollars off of some idea. But the majority of it could just wake up every day, punch that mental time clock and say, this is gonna suck. Well, a lot of people, what they do is they have these finish lines. And I have a saying that says, I don't stop when I'm tired, I stop when I'm done. When I was younger, I didn't have any goals. And it's not really so much about goals, it's just a fucking to-do list. A to-do list. And as a human being, if you don't have a to-do list, you're gonna sit back and just fade away. It's like a lot of people who are in the military, who are in business, who are whatever, they say, hey, I want to do 20 years and I'm gonna retire. Okay, what's next? So I have a what's next list. So then I never sit idle. I never sit idle. There's never one time in my life where I'm sitting back with free time and like just enjoying the sun. I made it. Yeah. I've arrived. I've never arrived. And a lot of people say, are you happy? Because I'm so driven that it almost makes people who are weaker in the mind think, my God, you must not be happy. That's a weaker person's way of saying, you've overachieved, David Goggins, and you're making me feel like shit. So if I'm making you feel like shit, sorry about that. Yes. If I'm making you feel like shit, I'm doing my job. If you ask me if I'm happy, I'm doing my job. Because when I was a weak person, these are some of the things I would ask a very driven person, because I didn't understand what the fuck they were doing. Because they were so driven that my mind was so weak that I was like, they must not be happy. I would find a way to put a title like they're crazy, or they're not fulfilled, or they're empty, because I didn't have what they had. So basically, if I get these questions, I know I'm exactly where I need to be. I'm making you feel a certain way. Well, I'm the hardest working guy that doesn't talk about it. So basically, I don't take any days off as far as working out. What I realized growing up is you have to build your armor. Your first thing in the morning time is you have to build your confidence. And every day you're constantly gaining and losing confidence. You're never staying the same. So how you build your confidence is, if you like what you see in that mirror, that's how you start your day off. If you wake up and you look fat, you look out of shape, you're not, you don't feel good, which is, or you don't feel good inside. So my whole big thing is get up and work out. Shed some calories. Get the adrenals going. Get the mind going. Get all that going. Every day I run. Every day I work out. And every day I stretch. So I spend anywhere from 3 to 5 hours a day working out. I'm constantly thinking about my life, raw things about my life, because I want to share these things with people. I'm constantly, and see, I don't post a lot. I don't post, it's like most people post just to post. So my daily routine is like, I don't get up and start just posting stuff 3 and 4 times a day.
Yeah.
I post when something is meaningful, because I want people to get something out of it. I don't want to just be on social media and say, hey, I'm posting, let me get more followers, tag someone, hashtag this bullshit, hashtag that bullshit. No, this is a message about you. So every day I'm running, every day I'm working, I'm thinking about, do I have anything that I can share with people today that's powerful? And I'm constantly writing books. So I have 1 book out right now. I have my 2nd book coming out, but I'm not gonna have it coming out anytime soon because I want it to be perfect. So my whole thing about life is putting all your energy into one thing. So my routines are always about synergy, focus, hyper focused. It's always about mind, because I know once your mind gets away from you, you've lost.